We are actually gonna, in today's practice, we're gonna be focusing on space within the body, the spine, typically. So in a way, looking for stability through our midline. How we work with our intra-abdominal pressure, making sure that pressure is fairly even in the trunk of the body. Okay. So coming onto your back, go ahead, bring your knees into your chest to start. To rock your back body across the earth. Start to elongate the breath. Coming into your full diaphragmatic breathing. You're inhaling from top to bottom. Exhaling bottom to top. Feel free to exhale out the mouth a few exhales. And eventually letting your feet or your legs come to the floor, whatever gives your lower back some support. And then I'm going to invite you to bring one hand to belly, one hand to heart. We'll find our equal wavelength breath, samadhi. So exhale everything out the mouth to start. And then inhale through the nose, count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 6. Exhaling 6. Maintaining that full diaphragmatic rhythm. So as you inhale the 6 count, you're inhaling from top to bottom. Think chest down into the base of your spine. Good. And then as you exhale from the base, back up. Keep moving in this way with your breath. Nice, easy flow rhythm of breathing, prana energy. You inhale, you're lengthening, you're allowing the diaphragm to contract as it descends, creating space for the lungs. And then as you exhale, there's a natural contraction that happens through the core and pelvic floor as the diaphragm ascends back up. It relaxes. We're going to come into what is called a 360-degree breathing. We're going to utilize or allow the diaphragm to contract more outwardly in all directions, like in a circumference way, keeping it more into the rib and thoracic spine rather than letting the breath come down into the belly. So we're not putting pressure down into the abdomen or pelvic floor. So I'm going to invite you to bring your hands into a C-like shape grip. If you know sign language, the letter C. You're going to place your hands to your mid-lower ribs. Again, exhale everything out the mouth. Now as you inhale, again, you're inhaling from top to bottom, but inhale into your upper back, chest, let your ribs expand out laterally and behind you, as well as the front body. And then as you exhale, notice how they hug back into the midline. Inhale, 360-degree breathing. To the upper back, behind the shoulders, ribs expand out laterally. And then as you exhale, everything naturally hugs to that midline. Inhale, 360-degree breath. And exhale, everything comes to the midline. Rather than letting your belly press out, think of breathing more outwardly to the side bodies, back body. Your pelvic floor does naturally release, it lengthens, but then on the exhale, there's a subtle co-contraction of pelvic floor. And in just a moment, we're going to add a little bit more umph or contraction to the core. Find more stabilizers. Nice, Carly. Okay, so we're going to continue this breath work. Go ahead and put your feet flat to the floor, feet, knees, hip width distance. I'm going to invite you to bring your block in between your inner knees or thighs, whether it's on the thinnest setting or the more medium setting. It just depends on your hip width. So with your feet firmly flat to the floor, feet, knees, hip width distance. Again, hands around your ribs, mid to lower ribs. Maintaining that 360-degree breath. So when you're ready, on an inhale, you're breathing from top down into the basin of your thoracic spine, rib cage. Allowing the ribs to expand out laterally. Feel the back body expand beneath you. Now as you exhale, hug your block in between your inner thighs. Think of those frontal hip points drawing into the midline. Inhale, 360-degree breath. Exhale, hug into the block. Hug your frontal hips into the midline. Engaging your transverse abdominal wall. Inhale, let the ribs expand out laterally. Feel the back of the heart expand, back of the shoulders, upper back. Exhale, hugging your block. Feeling your frontal hips, everything kind of gathering into the midline. Couple more breaths here in stillness. The next inhale, go ahead and release your block. Just place it to the side. Let your legs go long, arms overhead. Take a nice full lengthy inhale in to release. On the exhale, let's bring both knees back to the chest. Feel free to round the spine, foot to the knees. Maybe rock your back body into the earth. We're going to come into what is called wind removing dynamics. Go ahead, let your legs go back long. Reach your arms over the head. Inhale. On your exhale, using your core strength to bring your right knee into your chest. Hug it in using your hands. Inhale, you lengthen. Right leg long, arms overhead. Exhale, hug left knee into the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee in. And then moving at your own pace, inhale, arms come overhead, legs go long. And then exhale, opposite knee in. And then see if you can come back to that 360-degree breathing if you haven't already. Each time you exhale, think of hugging your frontal hips in. Feel the navel draw to the floor. And if you want a little bit more fire today, as your knee comes into chest, feel free to round the spine, forward to knee. And then inhale, you'll release. Head, arms, leg. Exhale, hug to the midline as you bring opposite knee in. Just a few more on each side. Okay, next time right knee comes in, we're going to stay on the right side. If your head and neck is off the floor, go ahead and relax, head and neck. You keep your right leg in. Slide your hands behind the right thigh. On an inhale, you're going to extend your right leg up to the sky. Stay here on the exhale as you flex your foot, opening through the posterior chain. Inhale, rebend the right knee. Stay on the exhale. Couple more. Inhale, lengthen right leg up, flex the foot. Exhale, rebend the knee. Inhale, extend the right leg long. Stay on the exhale, flex the foot. Next inhale, rebend the knee. Keeping your right knee bent, use your left hand to guide your right leg over to your left side into a supinated twist. Once you're there, right arm out to your right, palm facing up. Let your head and neck rotate where you want it to go. You got it, Elizabeth. You can always bring the earth closer to you by sliding your block or blanket underneath your right thigh knee. Now, as you inhale, can you come back to your 360-degree breathing, letting your ribs expand out in all directions? And as you exhale, think of drawing your navel in and over to your right to help the rotation of your spine. So you're not always pulling or forcing yourself into the shape. On an inhale, you'll come back through center. Releasing right leg to the floor, reach the arms overhead. On the exhale, opposite leg, left leg in. Again, you can round the spine for it's a knee. And then on your next inhale, let your head and neck come back to the floor. Slide your interlaced finger grip behind the left thigh. On an inhale, extend left leg up to the sky. Stay here as you flex your foot. Nice, everybody. Inhale, rebend the knee. Stay on the exhale here. Inhale, extend, flex the foot. Next inhale, rebend the knee. One more time like this. With your left leg bent, use your right hand to guide your left leg over to your right side into your twist. Using your props however you might need them or would like them. Left arm out, palm up, head and neck, wherever feels best. Do your best ability here. Come back to your 360-degree breath. Think of breathing more laterally. And then as you exhale, draw the navel in and over to the left side to help the rotation. On an inhale, come back through center. Let left leg go long, arms overhead. Take a nice lengthy inhale here. On the exhale, let's bring both knees to the chest. Feel free to round the spine, bringing forehead to both knees. Head comes to the floor. Find a variation of happy baby or just simply rock your back body along the earth. We're going to make our way to tabletop position. So option one, rocking up and down the spine. Take a few rocks if you are rocking. Or rolling to one side, fetal position. Make your way up to tabletop. Once you're in your tabletop position, coming back to your easy breath at Samaviti, equal wavelength. But start to move to your cat-cow. So as you inhale, you're extending through the spine, finding that anterior tilt of your pelvis. Exhale, rounding flexion of the spine, posterior tilting. Good. Moving through a few cat-cows. And then start to invite any other movement that feels intuitive. And your next inhale, come through your cow shape. On the exhale, round the spine, cat, then bring your hips to your heels, child's pose. Inhale, come forward through cow, or let your hips come a little bit more forward towards your wrists, extended cobra. Exhale, round back, hips to your heels, child's pose. And just do this a couple more times. Inhale forward, cow or extended cobra, whatever feels better for the lower back today. Exhale, hips to the heels, child's pose. One more time. Next time you're in your child's pose, stay here. Feel free to flip your hands, palms up. Maybe you do those fist pumping action, rolling out the wrists, or finding embryo, arms back toward your legs. You can rock from side to side. And let the breath get lengthier. Feel the back body expand, even into your lower back if you can. Right, next inhale, you're going to find a neutral tabletop position, so making your way to hands and knees. We're going to come back to that 360-degree breath with a little bit more engagement through the core to help stabilize through the spine. Again, we're looking for length through the body and the spine. Action. So from your tabletop position, rather than thinking of tucking your tailbone underneath you, although sometimes that cue works for some people, it just depends on how big of a back bend or lordosis you have in your lumbar lower spine. But I like to say lengthen your tailbone straight to the wall behind you. Notice how that automatically draws your lower abdomen in, as if you're trying to bring your knees into your wrists and your wrist towards your knees. Press into the floor, protracting through the shoulders, so lifting through the back of the heart. Neck is neutral, so you're actively reaching the crown of your head forward as your tailbone reaches back in those opposing directions. You're not looking down beneath you. Your eye gaze is more, maybe just in that space between your index fingers or slightly in front. Okay. Come back to your 360-degree breath. So you're inhaling into the rib cage, thoracic spine. Think of breathing into the back body, back of the shoulders, upper back. And then as you exhale, just as we did on the back, imagine you have a block between your inner thighs. Hug your imaginary block. Think of those frontal hip points hugging to the midline. Inhale, 360-degree breath. Think of breathing into the back of the ribs, upper back, your lats. Exhale, hugging in. Okay, we're going to come into bird dog traction or hold. You're going to step your right foot back. Stay on the ball of your right foot. Notice how we want it to lean to the left. Hug your outer left hip in so your two hips are in the same level or plane. Press into the floor. Lift through the back of the heart. 360-degree breathing here. On an inhale, lift your right leg up without letting your belly drop to the floor. Flex the foot. Imagine you're pressing foot into the wall behind you. Press the top of your left foot shin to the floor. And then if you have the balance and you want a little bit more, reach your left arm fingertips forward. Maybe float them no higher than shoulder height. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So every time you inhale, 360-degree breathing, Traction in those opposing directions. Exhale, press down, hug to the midline. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hugging in. Inhale, breathe into your back body, back of the ribs, upper back. Exhale, hugging into the midline. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. Stay on your next inhale. Exhale, left hand, right knee to the floor. Work. Opposite side. Step your left foot back. Stay on the ball of your left foot. Hug outer right hip in. Actively press down through both hands' palms. Find your 360-degree breath here. Inhale into your ribs, laterally behind you, front of you. Exhale, hug to the midline, frontal hips hugging in. Think pubic bone to navel, navel to spine. Float your left leg up no higher than hip height. Flex the foot is active, toes to the floor. Walk your right hand forward in space. Maybe float your right arm up. We're going to stay for 5 breaths. Inhale, you're elongating in those opposing directions. Exhale, hugging to the midline. Press the top of your right foot shin to the floor. Inhale, elongating through your skeletal system. Exhale, hugging in. Last 2 breaths here. Next inhale, stay. Exhale, right hand, left knee to the floor. Once you're here, start to move through your cat-cow shapes or any other shape or movement that feels intuitive. Let the breath get easy. Coming back to that full diaphragmatic breaths. Letting the belly relax, letting the pelvic floor release and descend. Switch out your hand palm position. Right, next exhale, let's tuck the toes, lift your hips up and back. First, downward facing dog. Once you're here, move it out. Excuse me, breathe it out, shake it out. Then inhale, come up high in the balls of the feet, look forward, walk your feet up towards your hands. Let's come into a forward fold. You can come into your ragdoll position. Right, feet about hip width or wider, soft bend in the knees, grabbing opposite elbows, sway. If you would like a little bit more release to the back body, interlace your fingers, wrapping your thumbs just at the nape of the neck, around the base of the skull, letting weight, gravity help open through the back body, getting a little bit more into that fascia connective tissue. Easy breaths here, full diaphragmatic breath. Eventually relax your hands towards the earth. On an inhale, come up, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway forward fold, long spine. So fingers to the floor, shins or even thighs today. Exhale, come back into your forward fold Uttanasana. So 360-degree breath to help support the spine. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. 2 more times. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhaling. Feel your feet. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms out and up. Slight back bend at the top. Ardha Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, hands at the heart space. Samastihi, equal standing. Eyes softly open or close. So your feet rooting down, the strong legs, strong core to stabilize your long spine. Go ahead, relax your arms by your side, Siddhasana, mountain pose. On an inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway fold. Exhale, step back, left knee to the floor, low crescent. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, find your C grip, bring them around the ribs again. Feel free to shift your body weight slightly back so your shoulder girdle stays on top of the ribs stay on top of the hips, your pelvic girdle. Again, think of lengthening your tailbone straight down so there's this natural lift through the front body. Once you have that, then you can bend the right knee sit a little bit deeper. And you're coming back to your 360-degree breathing. So you're inhaling into your rib cage in the cylindrical shape, 360 degrees. Exhale, think of wrapping into the midline to support. Good. Next, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And then exhale, hands to the floor, framing your front foot. Keeping your left knee on the floor, feel free to tuck toes, lift left knee up. Inhale, reach the right arm up, twist. Exhale, right hand down, step right foot back, plank pose. Knees can always come to the floor in your plank. Inhale, shift forward, exhale to lower. Let's bring the arms out in front of us, palms facing in, Shalabhasana locust. Inhale, 360-degree breathe here. Exhale, hug to the midline. Can you feel your abdomen come away from the floor energetically, not so much physically? Next, inhale, reach through your fingers, your toes to lift. Arms, head, neck, chest, legs. One more breath. Exhale to lower. Right hand underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale, 360-degree breath here. Exhale, hug into the midline, then press up through plank into your downward facing dog. Nice. Once you're here, move it out. Hey, inhale, reach your left leg back and up, three-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, bring your left knee to chest, stay here. Inhale, press the floor away to step your left foot through. Right knee comes to the floor, low crescent. Once you have your low crescent, C-like grip around your ribs. Shift your body weight back. Find your shoulder girdle over your rib cage sitting on top of your pelvis. Once you have that, then bend the left knee, sit a little bit deeper. Back to your 360-degree breathing, inhaling through that capacity of your rib cage, not just your front body, but think side body, back of the ribs, upper back. On the exhale, think of wrapping into the midline. Next, inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the floor, framing your front foot. We're going to come into our twist, so right knee down or tuck toes, lift your right knee up. Inhale, reach your left arm up. As you exhale, draw the left navel into the left side. Next, exhale, left hand to the floor. Inhale, we're going to step your right foot forward to meet left. Come up, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway forward fold. Exhale, into your fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms out and up. Slight back bend. Exhale, we're going to come back into our forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, you're going to step your right leg back. Stay on the ball of your right foot this time. We're going to come up into a high crescent. Hands to your hips. Bend the back right knee slightly. Again, think of lengthening through the tailbone, a natural lift through your pubic bone. Draw the abdomen in, wrapping through the midline with each exhale. Bring your hands to that C-like grip around your ribs. Breathe 360-degree breathing. See if you can breathe a little bit more behind you into the upper back, behind the rib cage. Every exhale, you're wrapping back into the midline, stabilizing. And then maybe you lift up to the back right thigh a little bit more, elongating through the right leg. Inhale, reach your arms up. Next inhale, you're going to hinge at your left hip, bringing your upper body forward. So there's about a 45-degree at the left hip line. Nice long line from the crown down through the spine, out to the right leg, foot, heel. Now, option 1, you can stay here. Option 2, you're shifting your body weight forward, making your way into warrior 3. If you're in your warrior 3, your right leg is strong, right foot is flexed to the floor. 360-degree breath wherever you're at. If you're in your warrior 3, reach back for the right leg, find your high crescent. Exhale, hands to the floor, framing your front foot. Inhale, left arm up, twist. Down the exhale, draw the navel in over to the left. Exhale, left hand to the floor, step left foot back, plank. Inhale, shift forward, exhale to lower. Shalabhasana, arms out in front of you, palms facing in. Inhale, breathe into your ribs, your back body. On your exhale, hug to the midline. Inhale, reach out in opposing directions to lift. Next exhale, lower. Slide hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes. 360-degree breathing here. Exhale, hug to the midline, then press up through plank into your downward facing dog. Nice. Once you're here, move it out, breathe it out. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, reach right leg back and up. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, press the floor away, step it through. Find the balance on your feet. Inhale, come up high crescent. On the ball of your left foot. Bring your hands to your C-like grip around your ribs, almost the legs. Bend the left knee slightly. Lengthen through the tailbone. Lift through the front body. Every exhale, you're wrapping, hugging into the midline. And then you can bend the right knee, sit a little bit deeper, lift up to the back left thigh. When you're ready, you can put your arms out and up. Keeping that 360-degree breathing. Next inhale, you're going to hinge at your right hip about a 45-degree. Nice long line from the crown, spine, out to the left leg heel. Breathe more into the back ribs, upper back. Hug into the midline with each exhale. So if you're trying to lift your abdomen away from the right thigh. And then either staying here or shift the body weight forward, can you float up into your warrior 3? Left leg is strong. Left foot active, flex your foot to the floor. And just like we did in those bird dogs, can you extend or lengthen in opposing directions from the crown out to the left leg? If you're in your warrior 3, start to bend the right knee, reach your left foot back, find your crescent. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. Twist, inhale, right arm up. Stay on the exhale, draw the navel into the right. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, step left foot forward to meet right halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, root through the feet, reach the arms out and up, slight back bend. Exhale, come back into the fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale again, Ardha Uttanasana. This time, exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Move it out, breathe it out. Inhale, come up high in the feet. Exhale, knees to the floor. Shift your hips back to your heels, child's pose or even embryo pose. Palms can face up, arms can sweep back. That's your embryo. Feel free to sway from side to side. Let the breaths get a little softer, a little easier here. We are now starting to bring the energy down. You feel the back body expand, not just behind the heart, the shoulders, but let the back body expand to those ribs, the lower back, your sacrum. And then on your exhale, can you allow the energy, continue that downward motion as we allow the hips, the butt to get heavier to the heels towards the floor. This is Apanavayu, our downward motion of wind or energy. Slide your hands underneath the shoulders. Make your way to an upright position. We're going to come back to the back side. Have your props nearby. You're going to come into supinated pigeon or four angle. So with your knees bent, feet flat to the floor, let's cross right ankle on top of left thigh. Bringing your knees up towards your chest or your legs up to the chest. Weave your right arm through the gap of the legs, clasping your hands behind the thigh, keeping your right foot flexed. And then start to rock gently from side to side, keeping those nice, easy breaths. Okay, to let the belly fill here, let the lower back come to the floor. Feel that sense of expansion of length with each inhale. And there's still that co-contraction upon each exhale. You're more than welcome to extend left leg up to the sky. Each time you exhale, can you allow the energy continue that downward motion so the back body, the body itself gets a little bit closer to the earth, the floor. Go ahead, let your left knee bend, let your left foot come to the floor. You're going to cross the right leg over the left leg. Your left foot down, lift your hips up and over to the right just a little bit. And then let your knees come to the left into your twist, right arm out to your right, palm up. Letting your head and neck rotate where it wants to go naturally. Inhale, come back through center. Level out your hips to the spine and shoulders, uncross the legs. Left foot flex, cross left ankle on top of right thigh. Bring both legs into chest, weave your left arm through the gap, clasping your hands or even a strap behind the right thigh. And then rock from side to side, getting into your outer hips, glutes. You feel it up through the lower back, the muscles in the lower back. As you inhale, think of breathing down into your bottom, into the holes beneath you. You're more than welcome to extend right leg up to the sky. Next exhale, bend the right knee, right foot comes to the floor. We're coming into that same variation of a twist. Cross left leg over the right. Right foot presses down, lift hips up and over to the left just a little bit, an inch or so. Both knees, legs fall to the right. Left arm out, palm up, head and neck, wherever feels best on this side. Inhale, come back through center. Level out your hips, uncross the legs. Feel free to let both legs go long, and then on your exhale, bring both legs back in. Find a variation of happy baby. And it can be fluid. It does not have to be steady or still. You're tapping a little bit more into that water element, very nurturing element. Then start to visualize or sense what position is going to support you in your final shape for stillness and relaxation. Maybe a supported Baddha Konasana pose. Legs up the wall could be very nice, or just a supported inverted position by sliding blocks underneath the lengths of your calves. Be with the shape that you've chosen to be in. Adjust where you need to. Maybe that's bringing the shoulder blades closer, letting your legs go a little bit wider apart. Let your arms drift away from the body. Let your palms rotate up. Nice opening through the heart space. A few rounds of Apanavayu breathing. And then I'll leave you here to stay as long as needed or as long as you would like. Begin by exhaling everything out the mouth. As you inhale, take a nice, easy breath in through the crown. Again, draw energy in from the crown to the base of your spine, sit bones, tailbone, pubic bone. And then as you exhale, imagine that energy, light, warmth traveling down through the length of the legs, the feet. Feel your back body settle further into the earth. Let it get heavy. Inhale from crown to the base of your spine. And then exhale, continuing that downward motion. helping our process of elimination, of surrendering. I'll crown to the base of the spine. So I'll let the energy continue that downward motion. Go of any gripping, any holding. I'll crown to the base of the spine. So from the base down to the legs, feet, back body into the earth. I'll crown to the base of the spine. Allowing yourself to surrender, go of attachment, expectations. Just simply allowing yourself to be. Stay here as long as you need.